Okay, I was interrupted with a phone call, so this is second video to the Orting School District bid that we're doing. Still at Ptarmigan Ridge. The first video showed the patch repair there. Just so you know, in the crack fill, you're going to see there's a lot of cracks going down the flow line, and I'm going to provide a price for a majority of these lineal footages going down the middle. We'll have to clean out a lot of these. We'll probably have to bring a little bit of sand just so that we can fill in some of these areas, because I think some of them are going to be a little bit thicker than others. They're a little bit wider. As you can see here, some of these, once you clean them out, they're going to be pretty wide. So we're going to want to make sure we have a little sand with us. Okay, so here I am on this bus route turnaround here as they make their way over to the school here. So this repair right here is just going to be through the center, and we're going to capture a majority of this right here, but we're not going to take it out too far. So we're going to go with a paver pass, which would be about, I think it's like 8 feet is what we can do. Call it 8 feet, and we're going to start right here where that stain on the asphalt is, and we're just past the alligator cracking. Get this all down the middle. This is the flow line. It's not too drastic as far as the flow line, you know, as far as the slope to the right or to the left. So I'm just trying to think how we could potentially do this if we're using a paver on this. We might have to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so it's 80 feet here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a 10-foot pass, so that way we're able to use the paver on this and not have to do this by hand. I think it's how we're going to want to do that. Being that I was just thinking I might do it by hand because the majority of it's pretty narrow, but at the same time you get down here where the damage is a little bit more, and I'd hate to start at 6 foot and then shrink it down to like 4 foot. So I'm thinking probably the best thing to do would be to just make it a 10-foot pass, so that way we can get this done and it'll all be one patch, the same size going all the way around. So that's 80 feet by 10 feet. If the customer says he wants to have it smaller than that, which he was kind of saying he'd like to have this repair not very wide, then that's one thing, but I'm going to explain to him why I did it at 10 foot. And this is one of the reasons, is because a majority of this area here you end up having to go at least 8 to 10 feet, and then it's about 4 to 5 feet through the middle here, and then it gets back out to like 6 to 7 feet there. So I'm just going to make it 10 foot, so that way we can do a pass on one side, do a pass on another. So that way we can keep that flow line where it's at, 80 feet by 10 feet. Okay, 80 feet by 10 feet. Stops right here, right past the alligator cracking here. All right, so now we're going to kind of drive over to the parking lot over there. I'm going to show you some of the other crack fill, and then we're going to go over to the middle school. So this is looking out the bus route from Ptarmigan Ridge. This is where I'm going to be measuring up a lot of this long line crack fill. It goes throughout the whole driveway of the whole property. So my lineal footage is going to be based off of the center line that comes through all the drive aisles at Ptarmigan Ridge. Okay, so I was just over there in the bus route area of Ptarmigan Ridge, came out the entrance, and then over here there's a second entrance that comes into the actual school parking lot. This is where a lot of the crack fill is located on the property. You got some through the middle here, you got some around this little circular turnaround where the flag's at, you got some over there by the ADA stalls, but this right here, these cracks, they've gotten kind of wide, so when we clean them out, I have a feeling that some of it's going to sink. He didn't tell me to repair this area right here. He didn't want to repair it, so we're going to try to do our best to throw some crack fill in on this location and get that done all the way down. So he said no repair right here. It looks like it could use the repair, but he didn't want it. So we're just gonna try to get this crack fill done on the main parking lot here at Ptarmigan Ridge. Okay, now I'm gonna head over next door to the middle school. Okay, now I just drove down the road from Ptarmigan and I'm at Orting Middle School. Okay, got the ball fields right here, football field, and you got the main parking lot here. All right, so coming out here onto the main drive aisle. This main drive aisle takes you out to the main entrance to the middle school. We're gonna look at asphalt repair, and we're also gonna include crack fill repair on this too. So I'll have some crack fill included on this. We've got this main drive aisle here. We've got this drive aisle right here. So my car's parked there in the first row of parking. In the second row of parking, we've got just past the catch basin here, we got some asphalt repair to do. We'll call this also a 10-foot wide patch, starting at the catch basin. Take care of all this alligator cracking that we see here. We'll try to evenly space this, so 5 foot on each side of the the flow line, and we'll stop right about here where the asphalt stops. So it's 70 feet. So if you're looking at that planter, it'd be the second stall here. We'll capture. This might have to adjust a little bit here. I think we'll go 70 feet by 10 feet. But what we're going to do is right here in this location, we're going to take care of this side of the road. Okay, so we'll go down to the curb island there, and we'll get this side of the flow line. So this side of the flow line, which is right here, we'll capture this area here, and then right when we get to this location right off the edge of the curb here, we will get the rest of this. So it kind of looks like actually we'll have to take that out a little bit farther. We're gonna have to take it all the way to about this location right in here. So we'll take it to here, and then we're gonna shift that patch over, so we'll get that side of the flow line, and then as we go down this, we're gonna get this taken care of. All right, so and now that I'm looking at it, I don't think we're going to be able to evenly split that off. I think we're going to have to go about 4 feet on this side, and then go 6 feet on this side down to the catch basin. Okay, so it's still 10 foot wide by 70. It's just that it's going to be more towards the center through this area, and then the patch is going to shift over, and it's going to get this area where these two stalls are. Okay, 70 by 10. Now as I'm walking through here, some of these other areas, I'm going to get that included on the crack fill. Okay, so this area right here, this will be the next patch. We'll do crack fill through this area here. This is still the second row. Okay, there's my car, the first row parking. This is the second row where I did that patch. Coming out here to the main drive aisle, we'll get the crack fill on half of this, but right about the middle of this flow line is where we're going to start this asphalt repair, and it's going to be from curb to the asphalt berm. We don't have to touch the asphalt berm. We can do our saw cut to the inside of the fire lane line. Same thing with this. We don't have to get all the way up to the curb. We can get out towards the outside of that fire lane if we want. That would eliminate us from having to repaint that fire lane too. So we'll start right here though, and we're going to get this area. It's going to be a little piece that we'll have to kind of do right there to capture that. But the width of the road is 27 feet. All right, we're going to go 27 feet, and then we're going to walk around the radius here on this drive aisle. Customer says he wants to have this whole drive aisle removed and replaced. This might be a good opportunity to use a grinder. He said a lot of this asphalt, he believes it's only 2 inches in depth. Okay, so 2 inches in depth. I told him that for our bid, we'll plug in 2.5 inches to be safe. Okay, but we're going down through the whole drive aisle here. And as I'm measuring, you're going to see that we're going to have to replace these crosswalk bars. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crosswalk bars that are 12 inches wide and they're 10 feet long. Okay. Actually, those aren't 10 feet long. They are 8 feet long. Okay. So that's 80 feet. 80 feet of 12-inch crosswalk. Okay. And then we're going to stop at the alligator cracking, which is right about here. Puts us at 234 feet. I said we would take it past this one right here. So actually, I'll go a little bit farther. So it's 240 feet. 240 feet puts us near that tree. Puts us at the 1, 2 second expansion joint there from that tree. Okay, 1, 2 right there. We'll go all the way across, do this drive aisle from inside the fire lane line. 240 by 27. Okay, there's the entrance out there. Lots of area for staging in here. That's not going to be an issue at all because they want to do this work this summer. Some crack fill along the sides, as you can see here. Crack fill down the flow line, down the middle, in this row here. Like I said earlier, I'll have some lineal footages put together there, and then I'll let the customer know basically how much per foot it's going to be. So if he needs to add some more crack fill, he can tell us. But I'm going to try to mark it on the bid, the locations on the aerial map. All right, so this repair right here, we don't have to go the full width of the drive aisle, but we do need to get some of the repair done on this side and on this side. So we'll probably go to the right of this flow line. We're going to go out about 4 feet. Okay, so again, this is going to be 4 foot plus just looking at this here, hold on. It's almost going to be the full width in order to get the alligator cracking on this side and then the alligator cracking that's on that side. Instead of shifting and making a weird patch here, I'm just going to say we're going to go 14 feet wide and we're going to come out to here. This is already going to be part of the grind and overlay here. So we're going to get 14 foot wide on a grind entering into this drive aisle. Okay. And let me tell you what the length is going to be here. Hold on. We're going to go, I think, to about the catch basin. See, you can see now the alligator cracking jumps to the other side of the flow line. So that's why I made it 14 feet wide. And we'll stop right at the catch basin. And that is 78 feet. So 78 feet by 14. We'll get all of that there. And then right here, we've got one repair to do right at this location, which is just past the catch basin. Okay. That repair right there, it's a 15 by 10. We'll go right at the flow line and go 15 by 10. Okay. 15 this way, 10 this way. Okay. That should do it for all the repairs. They want to have this done this summer before school starts. So, I don't know what else to say here. I'll just have this all in. I think that's it. I think I've included everything I need to include. Okay? Any other questions? Let me know.